Ahoy there. Today on the Red Sea, what was the worst restaurant experience you have ever had? I was eating with a female friend at a reasonably nice restaurant. Not posh, but expensive. Before we were seated we grabbed a drink at the bar. Whilst there she signed up to some sort of newsletter at the bar. To be fair, it was stuff like this that made me apprehensive to call the place posh. Anyways, we sit down and the girl in with gets a text telling her how beautiful she looks. She ignores it and another one comes through asking her what she's doing later. She has not got a clue who it is and ignores it. We're finishing up our meal and a third text comes through saying she should not be with a guy like me and asking if she wanted dessert with a real man. Now it's clear someone in the restaurant has her number and we clocked that she had put it down on the application form for the newsletter. Considering the newsletters went into a box behind the bar, it was a member of staff. After getting the manager down and him calling the number and pegging what member of staff it was, it turned out one of the waiters had taken her number and address off this form, written it in his phone, and had spent the evening taking pictures of her from behind the bar. The police ended up involved. Went to a Mexican restaurant that was completely empty on a Saturday night. Highlights included a clump of hair/dust in the salsa, music cranked up so loud that the water on the table rippled, empty dancer floor, a DJ that came out, stared at us and counted to 3 in Spanish over and over again in a satanic voice, a pretty okay enchilada ... when attempting to pay with a credit card, making sure to get a signature because the ducking cops have been around, a toothless man wandering around near the cash register with a guitar just laughing and spouting nonsense, a friend's report that there was a man most likely getting a blowjob in the bathroom. This was not the restaurant's fault, but it was the worst dining experience my husband and I have ever had. We decided to go to a very nice steakhouse on a whim. Valet park the car and go in. Place our order. Apps come out and are great. We see the manager and the seating host going to every table, but they look very concerned. Not the typical "how's your meal?" The manager gets out our table and he asks if we valet parked the car and we said yes. He then asks if it was a red Nissan. We said it was and I got a bad feeling when he said was. He then asks us to follow him out front. We get outside and there's a cop car. Him thinking someone hid my car or something. Nope. 2 kids hopped in my car and took off. Right from the valet. I was in total shock as this had never happened to me before and it was a crappy 2004 Nissan. The manager and head valet were falling over themselves apologizing. We got a free meal and they offered to pay for a cab. My husband goes inside to fill out some paperwork and I'm sitting outside in shock. The cop pulls back up and said we got to ride in the back of a cop car to pick up mine in the middle of the hood. Felt like the movie Date Night for a while. At least we got a free meal and a good story out of it. Still have not been back to the restaurant though. Cockroaches fell out of the ceiling and onto our table while eating. Well, bar that served food. This waiter was so bad. It really just became funny. 1. 99% 100% certain he was very high during his shift. 2. He would just wander around aimlessly as we tried to get his attention. Start walking over to us, look over our heads as we tried to wave at him, and slowly turn and walk away. 3. When we ordered food, he brought the right dishes, but gave them to the wrong person. No big deal. As we are saying oh, that one goes to him, etc. He quickly says oh sorry, gathers the dishes, and starts walking away. We are almost screaming at him trying to get him to come back, but he keeps walking. Thankfully he came back 5 minutes later, with the same food. No idea what happened. So hungry after being teased with the food. We did not even care if he spit in it. 4. When he came around for my next beer, I said surprise me. This is a bar famous for having hundreds of beers. After 20 minutes, he brought me the same exact beer I just had. I was surprised. 5. Routinely brought us the wrong beers. Not even close. Probably what another table ordered. But he took so long, and it was so hard to get his attention. We started just drinking whatever we got. We got scammed at a fake restaurant in Bologna. I cannot believe we fell for it. The place got me by looking all bohemian and rustic. So of course you think it's a local place, right? Plus it was off the beaten track. Usually these traps are right in a major tourist area. Since it's right outside our bed and breakfast, I make a reservation. I should have known something was up when he wanted a deposit. If this happens to you in Italy, run. Do not walk towards the door. He's afraid that you will hear the truth about the restaurant when you tell someone you are going there and that you would not come for dinner. Second warning sign, no prices anywhere. You are going to get hit with the idiot tax. And we did. Frozen entrees and old shellfish. I had the scariest spaghetti vongole ever. I swear the garlic was piled on to hide the stench of rotting seafood. My husband had an obviously frozen vegetable lasagna. The veggies for everything, including the antipasta, must have been weeks old. The portions were huge. And very, very bad. The waiters are sweet as pie, because they know it's harder for you to complain when you are given a free drink here, a little extra dessert there. They know that you are on vacation and do not want to cause a scene in a country where you do not know the rules. And plus, you do not want to ruin such a nice evening. Oh yeah, they do not speak English. Then you get the bill. It's going to be double or triple any other place, maybe quadruple. And there is nothing you can do. They may be getting their food from an illegal source. And you know that they are cheating on their taxes and relying on bribes to keep operating. So the police might even be on their side. You just pay that idiot tax and write a scathing review on TripAdvisor hoping that helps someone else. I got my food served to me. My Indian friend got told to pick hers up from the counter. My brother was once in a restaurant and the waiter kept shining a laser pointer at him. The waiter did not give one duck either. When my brother saw who it was and pointed at him, he just laughed and gave him the finger. Needless to say, he did not get a tip. Ordering sides at a steakhouse. Waitress: baked potato or fries? Me: fries please. Waitress: okay, I'll repeat your order. Reads correct order from Notipad. Steak arrives with a baked potato. Me: excuse me, I ordered fries. Waitress: look of disgust/astonishment. No you did not. Me: yes I did. Waitress: fine. Proceeds to grab the baked potato with her bare hands off my plate and take it back to the kitchen. Actually, come to think of it, that's probably the best restaurant experience I have had. I was spat on by a drunk, overweight lady because McDonald's did not have lasagna. I did not even work there. I was just eating my McNuggets. I do not know if this was the worst, but it sprang to mind. We were in a restaurant we have gone to sporadically over the years. It's usually reasonably good. We're seated and our drink order is taken. I mention to the waitress that there's no silverware on the table, and she says, oh, no problem. I'll be right back. She shows back up 10 minutes later to take our dinner order. We order, and I again mention the lack of silverware. Oh, right. Hang on. We do not see her again for 30 minutes. Drinks are empty. No silverware. Nothing. Cannot even find her in the restaurant. After 30 minutes, she shows up again with our meals. Both pasta dishes. She sets them down, and I again mention that we have no silverware and cannot eat our dinner. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hang on. She disappears again. There's something horrible about being very hungry and staring at your meal while being unable to eat it. Stomach's rumbling. You're salivating. You're so damn ready to dig in ... But you cannot. After staring at our dinner for at least 5 minutes, I get up, go to the setup table and grab 2 full sets of silverware and napkins, and return to the table. We eat. Waitress is Maya. 20 minutes after we have finished our meals. Still no waitress. I get up and ask to see the manager. I tell her what happened and she accuses me of trying to steal the silverware. Blew my mind. Suffice it to say, we have never gone back and have dissuaded lots of people from eating there. I had a reversed faulty towers in Naples a few years ago. I was there with my girlfriend and our hotel was situated above the restaurant. The first day of my stay there, we decided to have our meal here. I made the mistake of telling the head waiter that we would stay in the hotel the rest of the week. So every evening that we walked out of our hotel he asked us if we would dine there again. While we were really more interested in trying out other places. So eventually I promised him that we would dine there again for the last day of our stay. The waiter then made us a reservation for the best table at the terrace. That evening, as we went down to the restaurant, we had noticed this table was already occupied. No big deal to us, as there were plenty of other tables available. The head waiter, however, who tried to lure us in all week, immediately panicked when he noticed us. He went berserk at another waiter, who apparently gave the table away, and proceeded to remove the couple who sat at our table. We tried to explain this really was not necessary, but he was insistent. So we stood there, really awkwardly, while this other poor couple saw their plates and glasses removed to a table in the back, while gently being pushed to the back of the restaurant as well. The most ridiculous thing was that the head waiter dramatically apologized to us for giving our table away. He did this 3 times, as if he insulted the Roman emperor himself. At the end of the evening we received a discount. The other couple had been long gone by that time. I was at an IHOP with my then fiancé having our usual Saturday IHOP treat meal. This location was always one of the better ones in terms of food quality and service. So we always went there. That particular day was different however. Very different. We had ordered our regular meals. Blueberry topped, stuffed crepes for me, and a bacon and ham scrambler for her, and shot the shite for a bit while waiting. Everything was great so far. Then the food came. My crepes were cooked badly and cold. Her scrambler is not the right one and also cold. We complained. Politely mind you. We like this place after all. And wrote it off as a new cook. When the food comes out I notice right away that my blueberries are missing and the food is cold again. We tell the waitress who gets the manager, who apologizes profusely and goes into the kitchen. We were seated in such a way that we saw the cook when the manager opened the door, and I noticed two things right away. 1. The cook is indeed new. 2. The cook clearly has a learning disability. The manager comes back to us and explains that the cook used to be the dishwasher but was shadowing one of the regular cooks and trying his best. The regular cook had called in sick that day, leaving the special cook to fend for himself. The manager calmed us and said that he tried to help but was too busy to constantly be back there. Then this happened. The manager had one of the waitstaff step in to cook while he brought the disabled guy to our table and had him tearfully apologize to us. That caused the manager to tear up as well as myself. Then the manager fired the guy in front of us. We of course left pronto. If you are reading this, you watched until the end of the video. Smash that like button if you have enjoyed it. Bam. On screen there should be some more videos similar to this. So either go do something else or watch more videos. That's about it. There is no more here. What are you waiting for, a secret message or something? This is not a secret, but subscribe for more videos like this.